Let it rip. Now, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how many out there were like myself. I'm pretty sure there was plenty, okay? Back when you were growing up. If you grew up, 90s, early 2000s, that phrase meant something to you. Mm-hmm. Let it rip with your own realistic bit beast. Y'all know I'm talking about Beyblade. And nowadays it's popular, but it's not like it was back in mid 2000s. Oh no. Beyblade was, I wouldn't even, for some it was a lifestyle. It was huge. But anyways, all that being said, this video I will present the discussion of the top 5 reasons why Beyblade shouldn't have ended. Yes, I know about the Metal Saga. I'm not going to deal with the Metal Saga because the Metal Saga is a whole nother separate element, whole nother separate discussion. I'm talking about the original trilogy. Yes, the trilogy that was just legit and legendary. And in doing so, I believe somebody needs to voice for the Beyblade community that's out there, and to also bring light to those who may not understand the significance, you could say, of what my discussion is. So I will begin like this. Reason number 5: the introduction of metal blades. Now, in G Revolution, which is the 3rd and last season of the trilogy, okay. First and foremost, before I get even further into that discussion, how did this video be produced? 2 reasons. Number 1, because of Bakugan, which I also was a fan of as a kid, and that had a 4th season. It had a continuation. Beyblade was definitely higher level than Bakugan. Beyblade should have a 4th season. And secondly, we were left with elements. We were left with a bit of loose ends. It was completed, but not really. It was incomplete. So, with reason number 5, the introduction of metal blades. Now, instead of opening up this whole new saga, which had pretty much no connection with the original trilogy, it should have continued. If you remember, like I said, in G Revolution, Tyson gets a metal composite blade because he needs something to be able to withstand the technology, the force, the speed, the turn, all the scientifically enhanced blades of the BBA. The BBA, his opponents in the second half of the season. With that metal introduction, they could have done so much. There was so much new. And then I believe the other bladers started getting them. I believe Max got one, and I think Ray, and I think Kai got one too. I'm not sure about Kai. But new blades mean totally upgraded bit beasts and everything else. And let your imagination go from there. We could have seen some crazy battles in the 4th season. I think it would have been better. G Revolution was awesome, but the 4th season would have blew it out the water. They could have done so much stuff with the animation and whatnot. Excellent. Reason number 4: the introduction of new characters. Now, I'm not going to talk about Daichi and his Shredder Dragon because let's be real, he was a top mid-tier blader. If he wasn't with Tyson, look, Dan, Daichi, no, I've never really been a fan of his. I found him mainly annoying. That's what it was. No bias, but it's just real. Daichi wasn't all that. He was a decent blader, but it wasn't all that. There was no top tier, no high class. With the introduction of new blades, you had doggone Tyson's older brother, Hero. You had Brooklyn. Brooklyn. You had Garland. Those 3 characters. Do I need to say more? If you watch G Revolution, you know what I'm talking about. We didn't see Hero battle, but we knew how beastly he was. We didn't see him battle. Come on, man. How do we not see one of the top 4 bladers in the world not battle? We saw Brooklyn. Out of nowhere, this dude was a savant. He was a savant of Beyblade. Pure talent. Pure talent was in top 3 in the Beyblade world. Then you had Garland top 5. This dude was just so epic. I had forgotten. Then, because I was looking back, because I was doing some research for a future video I was gonna make. Because I've been thinking about doing for a while, and I stumbled upon Garland. I'm like, yo, how did I forget about this beastly character? And yo, with those introduction of high class characters, you telling me other characters from across the world could have been found? It would have raised it up to a whole new level. Like I said, man, a whole new level. New blades, new, more powerful blades, new, very skilled, powerful characters. Point number 3, the introduction of new styles and new abilities. Garland, I'm mainly hitting on Garland and in Brooklyn for this one. Garland, doggone, he literally, I know that they've used, the PBA All-Stars especially, they customize. I know there's different styles, but what I mean is, like, it was on a whole nother level. It was on a whole nother level, and also Tyson and Kai's last clash will confirm this. When Garland fought, literally, his synchronized, his Beyblade transferred his physical prowess. His exact movements and style was in complete synchronization with the Beyblade. Now, I know there's been music and different stuff that had it, but his physical prowess, that's whoa. And then with Brooklyn, literally, he created in his mind, they went into his mind, the world he created. Like, where they do that at? Like, yo, that's a whole new avenue of stuff. And then we see Tyson and Kai. We saw the Bit Beast clash. I know it was symbolic, but their Bit Beast clash in midair. Like, their battle before, it took it a whole nother level. We went in other dimensions and stuff, but like, the Bit Beast doing the exact same movements as the Blader, okay? It fits perfectly with the style of the Blader, and not just the basics of Beyblading anymore. It's like the fighter was fighting himself. You understand what I'm saying? So I thought that was an aspect that they definitely could have built upon. Reason number 2. We're getting to the end, y'all. Reason number 2 was the fact of how the season ended. It ended, but it didn't end, because it gave the opportunity. It was quite open-ended, actually. It gave the opportunity that Tyson, and others could be ambassadors across the world. So pretty much we could have seen, and remember what I just said about the new styles and stuff. We could have seen them go, to the Americas, to South America, to Africa, to Europe again, to Australia, really go throughout the world, Asia, different parts, and really, teach and also see these different various styles. And, the BBA have it, and then the whole, and the league elements that was added and everything, and like have it professionalized. And when you take things from amateur, as it had been the last couple of years, and make it professionals, now money's involved. And we could have seen a lot, there could have been a lot of more real world elements, realistic elements added into it. So I thought that would have been an excellent way to go there, especially since the Beyblade fandom was aging along with us, okay? Those who had grew up, we were aging, and we would have been able to grasp and understand. And also there would have been elements still for the kids, because I went back and watched, the original trilogy, and I got stuff that I didn't even get when I was a kid watching it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And then lastly, number 1, but definitely most importantly, the Tyson Kai rivalry, and in connection with that, the Ray, Max, all of them, the rivalry. They were still friends, but at the end of the day, they became rivals. Like, all their relationships and how they were still in development. They were still in mad development, man. Like, there's so much you could have done with your main characters. Tyson was getting there to his maturity, but he, have Tyson at 18, 19, 20. You understand what I'm saying? Have Kai at, 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? 19, 20, 21. Have Ray, same thing, and Max, same thing. See how they would have been. See how Beyblading, see what life they would have had. Girlfriend, boyfriend, you had Hillary, even though she was annoying at times, with Tyson and all that. Have them finish out the journey. The journey that you started. Okay? So this is some thoughts I had, I mean, as a Beyblade fan, grew up with it. It's not just that, but it's a great story. And when a great story doesn't have an ending, it leaves you a bit dissatisfied. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe in the future there will be, I'm not saying that, something like maybe their kids or something actually to bring closure to this. Even though it was a trilogy and pretty much the end of the scene brought closure, there was still a lot of opportunities that didn't get capitalized upon. There was still a lot of, open, like there was a lot of loose ends. And the very fact is, you got to understand how popular it was at the time. So they definitely could have done it. They definitely could have done it. The fact that Beyblade is still popular, you tell me it couldn't have gone in the 4th season, man. And I don't think a Metal Saga would have been needed if they would have did the 4th season properly. That's just my thoughts. Tell me, like, comment, subscribe, The Unexpected Wonder here. Tell me y'all thoughts, man. If you're fans of Beyblade, man, tell me your favorite blader, why, Tell me what you would have loved to see in the 4th season. And, just have a good old discussion here. Alright, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.